Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. As you guys know, I'm a huge FPL fan. I've been playing for since Ronaldo was there, since I was a young kid, and I was making 3 transfers every week, and I was coming last, but Ronaldo was bagging me hat-tricks. So I've been in the game a long time, right? Back below when there was less than a million players sort of thing. So I want to talk today about a topic that's come up recently, which is FPL this season dead? Now, I never thought I'd make a video like this, but I've heard some interesting arguments for the yes side, and I want to tell you what they are today, and I want to go over them. So, essentially, if we take a look at the likes of Jesus, 80% of teams selected. We take a look at Haaland, 72% of teams selected. Take a look at Salah, 53%. Take a look at Arnold, 50%. Rodrigo, 25%. Essentially, the argument is that with a lot of these premium players today, everybody has got them in their team. The way that the pricing structure is based, the way how everything has worked out this season means that the players that are scoring loads of points, everybody's got them. And essentially that it takes away from the fun of the game because the decisions that have to be made that separate teams aren't really having to be made. So, for example, you can say every team's going to have Haaland, Jesus, mostly Salah or Diaz, Arnold, Cancelo, but I haven't got him because I've gone for a little differential, and so on. So, what that means is that it's just less fun because, it depends on who you captain to whether you're going to win or get more points, for example. So let me just show you a few things before we deep dive more into it. So I've got a league where I basically create a few teams like Mr. Autocomplete teams. So I just let Autocomplete do their thing and have that. A team based heavily on defense. An England team where it's only English players. And we can see that they're all performing very poorly purely because they don't have the big players which everybody else has got. The only team that's doing all right, which is, selected based on a category, is the new signings only team because Sterling is captain, Haaland, obviously Darwin, but he's not doing too well at the moment. So that's the only team due to Haaland that is kind of doing quite well out of the teams that I made from categories, because we can see that heavy defense team, it hasn't got Haaland, it hasn't got Salah, and realistically it's not doing too well. We go back again. England team, again, Kane captain, Sterling, some decent players there. But again, it's not doing too well. And it does leave the question of, to do well this season, everybody's going to have to get the same players, and everybody has got those players, and there's no point in even making any transfers week on week because the team is so easy to get right from the start and blah, 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 blah. Now, what do I think of that? I think that, it's very tight. There's only 50 points in it after 5 game weeks for who's at the top. But there's not many points at all separating people because the teams are the same. But I personally don't feel like Fantasy League is dead. I don't know what they could do to separate out the players even more who are scoring points versus not. If anything, it's not down to the pricing structure, it's down to how they play. So for me, Fantasy League isn't dead. I definitely see the arguments, and I definitely feel like other seasons it's been a lot more separated at the start and there's been a lot more transfers to make, but yeah, you're able to get, and I don't know why this is, a very good team from the off that you're very happy with this season. Maybe it's because the meta is more defensive players, maybe it's because the likes of Sterling isn't quite performing well, Son, so you're not having the dilemma of getting in Sterling or Son or Kane. There's no Mane as opposed to Mane or Salah. It's a very interesting dynamic this season. And, like many people are doing, the transfers each week seem to be downgrading certain players. And the only people I consider changing right now will be, 4 out of my team, whereas normally, you change loads. So to confirm, there's the arguments why people say Fantasy League is dead. I disagree, but I do see the points about, there's the meta, you follow the meta, all the YouTubers say it, and then you're going to do well. Otherwise, if you don't follow the meta and you take a risk, you're kind of screwed. But as people become more invested in YouTube and Fantasy League, there's going to be more similar teams anyway. There's going to be a bit less competition. I'm guilty of it myself. I was very tempted to captain Salah or Haaland, and I thought I'd go for a differential Jesus. Haaland played, he was the most captain, he scored a hat-trick, I lost, but knowing that Haaland might be rotated, because I saw that in a Fantasy League YouTuber video, it really put me off captaining Haaland. So, again, it's good and bad, but let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what you think of my team, because I think my team's pretty decent, but I don't know, some people will be hating on my team, But as I said, I'm doing alright. I've got 302 points. I'm ranked in the top 7%, so I'll take it for now. Definitely a lot of work to be done. Score all my chips. See, I haven't got any reason to play my wild card really. Spurs need to come through. Rodrigo is doing bits, then he got injured. Tony's let me down. Ake's been injured, but everybody else is performing really well. So, thank you for watching. Let me know, is FPL dead?